and you'll find out why in a moment. Alright. So, once again, I shouldn't be playing this right now, I should be studying. But there's just too much for me to talk about. So I have to play this. I know that's a horrible reason. But here I am doing this, and, well, what are you gonna do? Alright, gotta start off with the good old amiibos. I could just do it there at Hateno, but nah. Alright. Grab the bin of amiibos, which is still missing a Toon Zelda one. I haven't purchased it yet. Hopefully I get to that soon. So, what's in store for me to talk about today? There's so much that I actually had to write it all down. Write down all the stuff I want to talk about. So, as I mentioned last time, that the day I played on last time was the premiere of Loki Season 2. I want to talk about that. And today, the day I'm playing this, is also the premiere of Spy X Family Season 2. Like, god damn it, man. Why the fuck is there so much good ass shit coming out this month when I'm busy? I gotta study, and so much good stuff is coming out. Anyways, that's why I'm late tonight, because I watched that just before I started. Well, not just before, I watched it, and then I did the dishes, and now I'm here. Do I want this? No, I still have the Lino bow, even though it's used up a bit. And then I have a couple of other topics I want to talk about. Alright, before I mention any of that stuff, let me get this out of the way. So, you guys remember last time? Last time I mentioned that I got a shiny Detective Pikachu in Pokemon Go and a shiny Hat Slowpoke. Well, since last time, yesterday I got another shiny Hat Slowpoke, and earlier today I got another shiny Detective Pikachu. I wish it was male though. You can see it's female. I have two female ones now. So you see this one, the first one I got 38 CP, and then this one 175 CP, so you know, you can see that it is two different ones. I kind of hoped for a male one just because I already had a female one, but it's okay. A shiny is still a shiny. And speaking of shinies, y'all may already know where this is going. Yesterday, ooh, I want that. Yesterday, after, like almost immediately after I finished a short Pokemon stream, I got the shiny Zekrom. Whoops. And then, earlier today, I got the shiny Landorus. So obviously, now I am hunting for Kyurem. Anyways, what do I want to drop for this? Well, I don't really have anything to drop right now. Well, but damn, I don't want to waste that. This is just fused to a... Oh, what do I want to do here? Do I want to drop this? No, but I haven't even used it yet. That'd be a waste. I can't even see what's behind my fat-ass head. Wait a second. Why do I have... Wait a second. Gloom Sword. Okay, that makes sense. Plus a Traveler's Claymore. Why do I have that? Much better. I believe I have, yeah, I have two of these now. I have this one and this one. You know, I should pay attention to that. What other Gloom weapons do I have crappy stuff like this fused to? Oh, I gotta pay more attention to that. Ugh. And you know what? This is a horrible transition, but speaking of shiny Detective Pikachus in my Pokemon Go, that's another thing I want to talk about today. Because Detective Pikachu Returns for the Switch just released, I think it was yesterday. Wait, was it yesterday? Whatever, I think it was. And, well, I want to talk about that. I've only seen, like, the bare minimum. I've only seen the beginning of the game. Like, just the start of the game. I haven't really seen all that much yet. But there is a couple things I want to point out, or talk about. We'll get to that in a moment, in due time. Alright, so let's get into this. Let's start nerding out a bit. So, Loki Season 2, Episode 1. I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really liked it. Loki Season 1 is my favorite Disney Plus Marvel series so far. And Season 2, ooh, I'm hoping that it's gonna continue. I'm hoping it's gonna continue the level of quality. Obviously, you guys in the future, you already know how it all played out. But for me, literally Episode 1 of Season 2 just aired. Alright. So this follows immediately after the end of Season 1. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this up top. I have lemon water again. Not because I'm sick again, but because, you know, I'm not fully recovered from being sick before yet. I still have a mild cough, and I'm still coughing up phlegm here and there, even though I'm clearly feeling a lot better. But I'm kind of stuck in this phase of almost being nearly completely recovered, and, you know, just not getting any better from that point on. So, here's to try to fix that. And also, I have 4 lemons in my fridge. That one having been one of them. And I got them like 2 weeks ago, so I kind of need to do something with them. Anyway, so Loki Season 2 follows up immediately after Loki Season 1. At the end of Loki Season 1, he got sent back to the TVA, and Mobius and Hunter B-15 didn't recognize him. And then he saw a giant Kang statue, and then it just cut off there. Now, at that time, we were all wondering, ooh, how are they gonna pick this up in Season 2? Well, I don't want to say it's an underwhelming way, but it's a way that makes sense. It's a way that doesn't cause too many other problems. And what I mean by that is, Loki got sent to the past of the TVA, where at some point previously, Kang wasn't, you know, hiding his identity. Or rather, no, it's not Kang, but it's He Who Remains. It's He Who Remains who started the TVA to prevent another multiversal war. And He Who Remains is a variant of Kang, so technically it's statues of He Who Remains. I suppose in his younger days as Kang, and then he, you know, took the name or the title of He Who Remains when he was, you know, literally the last person alive, He Who Remains. So we open the episode with Loki running away from Mobius and a couple of other hunters who just, you know, pin him as another variant. Oh, that heartbreak, seeing Loki turn back, seeing his friend chase him down, you know, trying to essentially kill him. And then you get this pretty awesome CGI sequence where we get a glimpse of more of the TVA. I just also want to say this. I love the way the TVA looks. A giant-ass office space that also seems very sci-fi and, like, otherworldly. It would be so liminal to explore empty. And this is what I want to ask. to anyone who's listening out there, can someone please make a TVA liminal exploration game? That would be so cool. You're just alone in the TVA and you're exploring it. It's completely empty. You see like hallways, the library, you see statues of He Who Remains or the Timekeepers, whatever you want to do. That would be so cool. Someone please make it. I don't know how to make it. So that's why I need to ask for hopefully whoever is listening to make it. I'm amazed it hasn't been made yet, given the popularity of the Backrooms. Anyways, so we get this pretty awesome CGI sequence where Loki jumps out of the balcony and lands in a floating TVA vehicle. CGI looked pretty good. And then it crashes into the Kang face, and it starts to crumble a bit. And then he reunites with Casey, but it's a Casey that is in the past, so he doesn't recognize him. Doesn't recognize Loki. And then we learn that Loki has been time slipping. Now, I don't believe we got an explanation on why or how Loki started time slipping. He just went back to the TVA in the past, and then he just started to time slip. I don't think we really got an explanation. At least not in episode 1 of season 2. Maybe that'll get answered later on. So it seems like time works differently in the TVA. We already knew that was the case. But what I mean is, excuse me. What I mean is, like, time doesn't just move slowly, or more slowly in the TVA, to where all these TVA workers age very slowly. But also, like, time travel works differently in the TVA as well. It's been well established in the MCU at this point that changing an event in the past doesn't change the present. It causes a branch timeline, a nexus event. So, changing something in the TVA's past acts more like regular or more widely accepted logic of time travel, where you change something in the past that changes the present. You know, you break something in the past that wasn't broken previously, it's broken now in the future or present. So it seems like that it works like that in the TVA, thanks to the crack on the floor. And also with OB's memories. So then Loki time slips back to present day, or whatever present day is for him. Now, I have this question. I did pick up on this little, I don't want to say error or plot hole. Maybe it'll get explained later. I did pick up on this. In present day, when Sylvie killed He Who Remains, she unleashed the multiverse. And in present day TVA, we see on the monitor all these Nexus events and branching timelines. But that's present day. Loki got sent back to the past. And in the past, they were also dealing with a bunch of Nexus events and branching timelines. What caused that? The way I see it, even though this has a whole mountain of issues, if this were the case, I'm just trying to find where the last Korok I did was. Hold on. The way I see it is that, you know, the timelines branching out is known in the TVA throughout time. So the sacred timeline breaking and branching in the future, the past TVA would also see it. Now that gets confusing, because then, like, why at 2 points in the TVA did they simultaneously choose not to prune timelines? It's like, well, we'll have to see if that gets answered. Or if it's not answered, well, too bad. Is anything I'm saying making sense? I guess if you know the episode, you may understand. I'm saying all this, with the assumption that you know what I'm talking about. If not, then it just sounds like I'm rambling on a bunch of nonsense. Let's see, Gerudo Highlands Tower. That's where we were. And the last Korok I got was 3217 into the video. Or rather, the last few Koroks, because I remember we left off on, like, what, 2? Let's see. Yeah, I remember. I vaguely... Oops. Dropped my phone there. I vaguely remember ending here. Not here, in Kakariko. Over here. The last Korok we got was over here. These ones. I remember getting this, then vaguely remembering jumping down for this. Okay, so let me just see where the next Korok is. Okay, Yo, that scene was dope, though, where Loki got sent, not sent, but he time-slipped to the past and saw all those Kang faces on the wall, like, facing all different directions. And it was pretty fire of a scene to see him prune the wall, and then that gets revealed. That was pretty dope. Okay, let's see. The next Korok. Did I do this one yet? It's a bring the friend over, and it should be over here. I don't think I did. So I need to go somewhere over here. To Zatawa. Loki's lines from, I believe, the 4th episode of Season 1 gets played, where he said, "You're all variants. The Timekeepers didn't create you, they kidnapped you and erased your memories." Something like that. They played back that recording. So the TVA is now well aware, or at least the higher ups. The higher ups in the TVA are now aware that they're all variants and that all they're doing, everything they've been doing is a lie. My ear is itching, hold on. And I also need to prepare my 3DS again. I am super busy. A lot of things going on. Because I need to get that shiny Kyurem. I'm super close, by the way. Did you guys notice? I'm super close to being done with the hunts on the 3DS. I only have Kyurem and Yveltal left for the legendaries, and then I have 2 Stakatakas to do. And then we'll have to see what else I decide to do from then. Maybe I'll do the Gift Aerodactyl, the Gift Porygon. I never even done the Surf Pikachu once yet, let alone considering doing it now. We'll see. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. It was kind of hilarious seeing when Loki was explaining to Mobius what truly happened at the end of Season 2. How he's like, that is what we're preventing. And he points to the stained glass art depicting like the multiversal war with a bunch of Kang variants. I find it kind of hilarious that, with the stained glass art, it's kind of like a cartoonish style depiction of the war. And it was just right there in front of them the whole time. They have stained glass art of the Kang multiversal war, and nobody understood. Nobody knew what it was. What it truly meant. So, Loki keeps on time-slipping. So, Mobius brings him to kind of like the TVA basement, where the character of Ouroboros resides and works. Isn't it kind of funny, like the... What's it called again? The frequency something. I forget what it's called. Like, this game has a lot of Ouroboros depictions. And then, a couple months later, Loki. The frequency something. I forget what it's called. So, Ouroboros, or OB for short. Man, he is so... just full of charm, full of life, full of character. Just absolutely steals the show. I need to turn up the brightness. Okay, I see stuff I can use. Okay, I see a steering stick. Good. That's not that far. Ooh! How far is that? Oh! Something else I also learned. That, do I have one? Let me see. There's a new dragon item in this game. I don't know if I have it. That's not even a dragon part. It's stupid how they're separated in this game. Okay, dragon horn. All 4 of them. Down here, dragon scale. I only have 2 scales? Light dragon and ferocious. I don't have a Dinrail or a Nadra scale, huh? Light dragon talon, which was previously known as a claw. Talon threw me off there for a second. Fang. So fang, talon, aka claw, and scale. But there should be one more. I learned that there was one more. And I don't think I ever picked it up. There's a chest holding one in Hyrule Castle. And I don't think I ever picked it up. I don't know... Wait. I don't know where I need to shoot the dragon to get it. I forget what it's called, too. I'll have to look that up, I suppose. But for now, let's just get another horn. Since horns are, like, the most, valuable. I have everything off of the light dragon, right? Horn, talon, scale, and fang. Fang. Light dragon's fang. Talon, or claw. Scale, and horn, yeah. I don't know where I need to shoot. I'm gonna... You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Just find somewhere to shoot and see if we get something new. Let's see. Light dragon is this way. Right there. So it was kind of trippy how Loki time-slipped to OB's past and started talking to him, and then present-day OB was getting new memories. Now, what makes me question the scene and, you know, time travel, like fictional time travel logic or rules. So if Loki only then went back to the past and only then asked OB to make the, what's it called then? The something extractor, the time extractor, something. I forget what it's called. Like, Loki had to have asked OB to prepare that and hold it. So, did he have that the entire time? Or, like, only through the timeline changes did it suddenly just show up out of thin air? It's not a time loop. So by that logic, it should have just showed up out of nowhere, because it didn't originally exist. Until the events of time were changed. It's confusing. Time travel's confusing. And this is only fiction. Imagine if time travel was real. How much damage we would cause. Come on, come on, come on. Get close enough to give me back my stamina. Yes! Okay. So we gotta find somewhere, we haven't shot before. Where could I have not shot before? I think hitting the, you know, the back golden scales would still give me a scale. Hitting the arms would give me a talon. Maybe, I don't know. If I hit a crystal, like one of these crystals back here, does that give me something different? Well, we're about to find out. Were those question marks I just saw? Nope, that's still a scale. Okay. Well, if I'm going to be doing this, I don't want just a scale. Give me the horn. So where was I in Loki? What was it? The neural extractor? But no, neural would imply like mental, like mind. Anyway, so the only way to remedy a time slipping inside the TVA would be to go into the... I forgot what it's called. Shit, all the terminology and I'm forgetting it. The place where raw time energy gets processed into a timeline. Or a time stream. Which, well, that has me scratching my head too, because then it would seem like a timeline or a time stream is like artificially made with raw time energy. So before this contraption was built, how did, you know, existence even happen? Or even, well, exist? How did reality even exist? I love this show. I love how wacky and crazy it is. And the fact that it's canon to all the grounded and mainline events that we know. To think that a super grounded story, kind of like I don't know, Captain America: Winter Soldier. That's more grounded in the MCU. Oh, I thought those were star fragments, but then I saw two. It's just my arrows. That a super grounded story like Winter Soldier is in the same world, occupying the same reality as something as crazy as Loki and the TVA. So anyways, Mobius needs to go out there, which is very dangerous, highly radioactive. I'm about to lose my stamina. Get closer, get closer. No! We have not done one Korok yet, and it's been half an hour. Mobius needs to get out there, set up this grappling hook type of thing. And when he's done setting that up, Loki needs to prune himself. So basically, extract himself from the timeline. And then he would get grabbed by this device. And that would fix his time slipping. But then we run into a small problem, because Loki, at that moment, he time slips slightly into the future, not the far future, just like, I don't know, a couple hours or a couple days into the future. You know, within the range of the TVA completely shutting down and falling apart. So Loki time slips into the future, but he drops the time stick, the stick that prunes. So while the TVA is collapsing and shutting down and a bunch of chaos, Loki needs to find a way to prune himself, otherwise he'll be lost to time. Okay, I'm not going to deal with these guys, because I don't have the stamina to spare. These guys miss anyways. It's not like Toolin's helping me shoot them down. I'm surprised they didn't do that. As we're up here and these Arakudas are attacking, I'm surprised they didn't make it so that Toolin could help with that. Damn, y'all aim is whack. So, Loki is, you know, giving up all hope at this point. But then the phone rings, drawing Loki over, but he doesn't pick it up. We don't find out who's calling, at least not yet. Maybe we will. And then we see Sylvie open the elevator hatch, say, "There you are." And then originally I thought it was Sylvie who prunes Loki, but no, it seems like Loki was pruned by someone else from behind. And the Sylvie we see has like the bangs, like the you know, the sexy new haircut. And, you know, she has that hairstyle in later episodes in the future. So, this is an easy prediction. I'm predicting that this season is going to come full circle to where we see events lead Sylvie to go to be at the future, at the TVA's future where it's shutting down and collapsing. Like, she needs to be there to see Loki. And then I'm predicting that the Loki we're following now will be there, and he is going to prune his younger self. Younger self by like a couple days. Great, now let's go get that Korok finally. Ooh, I'm actually close enough to just jump to it. So I'm predicting that this season is just gonna go full circle. I mean, I don't think that's too hard of a prediction to make. So Loki gets pruned, he gets pulled from the time stream, he, from what we believe, should be cured of his time slipping, but I believe we saw in trailers that he still has it. So we'll have to see. That only episode 1 of season 2 is out at this moment of me playing. I've also seen a lot of people point out that what the hell was her name again? Dox? Something Dox. It wasn't General Dox or like Judge Dox. Something Dox. I forget what her title is. But the character of Dox is very sketchy. I saw pointed out that she didn't even know of what happened at the end of time. At the Citadel at the end of time with Sylvie. Nobody told her that. Loki hadn't said it yet, and yet she knew. She already knew and was getting ready to send hunters to find Sylvie. So, you know, she's kind of very sketch at the moment. And also the fact that at the end of the episode, she sends like a legion of hunters just for Sylvie. The leading theories right now, where the hell was this Korok at? The leading theory right now is that she's like undercover for Kang, or yeah, a Kang variant, or she's a future older variant of Sylvie who's just pretending. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see. Where the hell was this Korok at? Oh, hi. Where is the one sage that I need? There you are. It's not even out your mouth yet. Pause. What? It died before it died. Oh, the balloon popped. God damn it. And also, when Loki went back to the past of the TVA, he played a recording that was Kang. And he was talking to Ravonna Renslayer. Why did you hit that? Where? I can't even tell. There! So I'm very interested. I'm very curious to see how the rest of the season plays out. Oh, I also love how when Mobius had to go out there to pure radiation, I suppose. Which also, they made a big joke about, like, spaghettification. So when Mobius was putting his suit on, and he's just like, is this cracked? Like, his space visor was cracked, and Obi just duct tapes it. Ah, duct tape. Humanity's best invention, because it can fix anything. Even at, you know, a place that is literally raw time energy being converted into a freaking time stream, even duct tape. Duct tape is immune to the radiation or whatever from there as well. Alright, there's this goddamn Korok. And then, a bit of a post-credit scene, we see Sylvie come out of a time gate? Is that what they're called? I forget. And they made it a point to point out branched timeline. So they're gonna be pointing that out too. If it's gonna be the sacred timeline or a branched timeline. And then she goes to McDonald's, you know, supposedly the happiest place in the world. Now, you guys have to keep in mind that Sylvie, she was on the run from the TVA for eons, for thousands of years, since she was a kid. She never had a proper childhood, or even a proper life. So she's been on the run the whole time, hiding in apocalypses. And she probably had to hunt for her food. You know, she didn't just have food brought to her on a silver platter like the princess of Asgard that she was supposed to be, like Loki would have had. She probably had to, like, scrounge for food, hunt for her meals. So Sylvie has had a pretty hard life. Oh, imagine sledding down this place. Oh, that'd be awesome. Wow, that is further than it looks. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe it's not as fun as it sounds, or it seems. It's a pretty rocky path down here. Oops. Whee! Okay, stop. Perfect. This Korok didn't even flinch. This Korok wasn't even worried if the sled would hit him in the face or not. Okay, this one's done. Next! So, Sylvie wants a piece of normal life. She wants to try McDonald's food. And she also, from what we know in the trailer, she's going to work there. She's going to, you know, bring joy to others. You know, she never had the joys of a normal life. So she's going to help give those to normal people by serving them McDonald's meals. Okay, next Korok. Yeah. And where's my blue pin? So, that's basically all I have to say for Loki, Season 2, Episode 1. Unless I'm forgetting something. Is it just me, or, is Loki's hair getting shorter? It's also crazy to think that, you know, this Loki, not too long ago, experienced fighting Thor on the Bifrost, experienced New York, the Battle of New York, and then getting pruned. You know, this Loki just came from the first Thor movie, the first Avengers movie, and then he's here in the TVA. It's crazy to think this Loki's backstory. But, is it me or is Loki's hair getting shorter? I swear, in Avengers, the first Avengers, it was like at least shoulder length, roughly. And then, you know, after Loki picked up the Tesseract and escaped, it just suddenly, like, grew to up, like, maybe somewhere over here. And now, immediately after Season 1 ended, and, like, the next scene over, it's, like, almost, like, here. Like, all poofy, but back here. I don't recall Loki ever having time to get a haircut. I don't know, it's a small detail that doesn't really matter, but I just think, like, continuity-wise, if they kept the hair the same length, it would have felt more real, I guess. Whatever. So, if you couldn't tell, I very much enjoyed Loki Season 2, Episode 1. Greatly looking forward to the rest of the season. I really hope he plays a big part in the next two Avengers movies. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. I really hope he plays a big role in those. I mean, he should, because in a way, he was responsible for releasing the multiverse, freeing the timeline, and unleashing a bunch of Kang variants. In a way, he kind of was responsible. Not really, but, you know, he was there for that to happen. Okay, is this, like, s'mores-looking crushed sandwich going to be enough? Heavy enough? Barely. I was also discussing this with someone I talked to on Discord. Like, I said that to this person. I said, I'm hoping that Loki plays a big part in Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And then he said, yeah, he should, since it's, you know, an Avengers movie, and Loki, you know, is very deeply connected to this, Kang storyline. And then I replied, like, in my mind, I can't really picture how Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, is an Avengers movie. I kind of can't picture that right now. Keep in mind, right now, for me, we're still years away from that film. I kind of can't picture how it's an Avengers movie. I'm kind of picturing it more as a Kang and variants solo movie. With maybe, like, Avengers aspects sprinkled in. Like, what I'm picturing is Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars is a two-parter film, kind of like Infinity War and Endgame. But part 1, Kang Dynasty, focuses almost entirely on Kang, with, like, very few, like, only a handful of Avengers scenes. And then I'm picturing part 2, Secret Wars, is, you know, more Avengers heavy. Like, Kang Dynasty is more like an origin story. Not really an origin, but, like, I guess. If not an origin, then like an uprising story. We see Kang travel the multiverse doing what he does. We see a couple variants doing what they do. Like, that builds up the story, the Kang story, and building him up as the threat for the next film, being Secret Wars. And then the end of Kang Dynasty, it, like, pulls all these heroes together into what whatever will be the MCU's version of Battle World. And then that's when it cuts off. And then we get Secret Wars a year after. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, those films are years away from me playing right now. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, I think I've talked enough about Loki. Oh, I also want to mention this. So it seems like, okay, so previously, before Season 2 came out, the way to watch, the way to follow the timeline would have been Avengers Endgame, Loki Season 1, and then What If Season 1. But it seems like now, since Season 2 picks up immediately after Season 1, and the fact that this show takes place, like, outside of time, across the timeline, it doesn't matter. You know, since previously you would watch Loki Season 1, then What If Season 1, and then WandaVision, which is 3 weeks after Endgame, you know, takes place 3 weeks after that. So it seems like now you would watch Endgame, both seasons of Loki, and then What If Season 1. And probably Season 2, whenever the hell that comes out. That's not out yet as of this moment. What I hope that they don't do, and I don't see how they would do this, but you never know, never say never, right? What I hope they don't do at the end of Loki Season 2 is somehow erase the multiverse, like undo the timeline kind of branching off and creating a bunch of Nexus events, undo freeing the timeline, and, you know, just basically just get rid of all the branch timelines to the point where we only have the sacred timeline again. I hope they don't do something like that, because then it would be weird for you to watch Loki Season 1, What If Season 1, and then Loki Season 2, you know, when it takes place moments immediately after Loki Season 1. So it would make more sense if you watch Loki for both first seasons and then What If. But it would not make sense if you watch both seasons of Loki. At the end of it, the multiverse is gone, only one timeline, and then you watch What If Season 1. Like, wait a second, I thought the timelines were gone. The multiverse was gone. You know what I'm saying? Butterfly, butterfly, butterfly. Don't mess this up for me, wolf. Good. Okay. So that's been, like, my ramble on Loki Season 2, Episode 1. Oh, wait until the rest of the season plays out. How much more I'll have to say. Ah, let me guess. Let me take a wild guess where the Korok is. Bruh, I was just about to start climbing. Why'd you spawn so far away? Ooh, let me wipe the ice real quick. So, I think that's enough talk on Loki. So let's move on to the next thing to talk about, which is Spy X Family. Also Season 2, Episode 1, because that dropped literally today, the day I'm playing this. Okay, so this played out completely different from what I expected, from what I thought would happen from the trailer. From the trailer, I thought they were going to move more towards, you know, Lloyd and Yor having more of a romance. That's what I was hoping for. But no, they duped me. That is not at all what happened. And well, uh, now that I've watched episode 1 of season 2 for Spy X Family, I know what I'm going to be doing after this. I know what I'm going to be doing later tonight. Your Rule 34. Oh shit, did I just say that out loud? Anyways, let's talk about the episode, shall we? So the episode starts off with Yor doing some assassinating, or rather, the aftermath of it. Now, one of my biggest complaints of season 1 was we didn't really get to see a lot, if any, of Yor doing some assassinating, some killing. I think it's because of the rating. You know, it's such a family-friendly kind of show where they can't exactly show too much like blood and mutilating of someone, I guess. So I think the rating has something to do with not seeing Yor doing like damn near any assassinating, because in season 1 we only got like snippets of it with the character's introduction, and then we saw this kind of like dream sequence of her teaching Anya. So it's like we got like damn near none of it in season 1. Season 2 we start off with the aftermath of her doing doing a job. Now, I find this kind of hard to believe. I find it kind of hard to believe that she would, unknowingly leave someone still alive. Now, we find out later in the episode that one person escaped with his life. But, he hid. I find it hard to believe that Yor would leave a group of dead bodies on the ground and not make sure that they're dead. A skilled assassin making a grave mistake like that. One person is still alive and has the opportunity to raise the gun at you and do like a sneak attack on you. I find that kind of hard to believe for a seasoned assassin like Yor. And I'm just, as the episode played out, I'm just thinking to that one guy who was still alive and shot at Yor, I'm just like, cuz, what was you doing? First of all, you could have saved your life by just pretending to be down. She didn't even notice that you were still alive. And second, like, cuz, what was you doing? You raised your gun at her, and yet you shot her in the butt? You didn't go for a headshot to kill her? The hell was you doing? Like, why'd you shoot there of all places? Was it because, like, that's your only chance to penetrate her in the ass? I'm sorry, I just had to say it. I just had to make that joke. This is probably the only time Yor ever felt penetrated up the butt. Okay, I'll stop. Anyways, so I find that hard to believe, but whatever. She gets shot in the butt. Okay. Not in the back, not in the spine, not in the back of the noggin, the back of the head where that would have killed her. No, the dude chose to shoot her in the butt of all places. Okay. So then in the episode, Lloyd mistakes her pain for not being happy with him. And he's just overreacting. In typical, like, comedy or cartoonish ways. He's just like, oh no, is the wife mad at me? What do I do? Like, he was really, really overreacting. And then we got that scene in the trailer. It's just like, would you go on a date with me? And she's just like, date? My sister's outside. Literally right outside the door, by the way. She can hear all this. So, yeah, that is not at all how I thought it would play out. See, the way I thought... I also don't know the manga story, by the way. I should point that out. I thought... Based on the trailer, what I thought would happen was... kind of like what happened in Season 1 at the aquarium. where they're on a family trip, and then Lloyd, I keep calling him Lloyd, he's technically Twilight, where Lloyd has to double down and also do a mission. So that's what I thought was happening. I thought they were supposed to go on a happy, fun date, and then Yor's just like, I can't enjoy this because I need to work. I need to find time to get away from him so that he won't find out I'm an assassin. And I need to go kill that guy. I need to find some time to get away from him. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen. I was way off. Boy, was I way off. So, she was in a bad mood. She was making a big frowny face throughout the date. Because, you know, her butt was hurting from being shot there. Oh, anime. Oh, cartoons. Oh, comedy. And so, like, it was super awkward throughout their date, where she just refused to sit. Refused to sit at, like, the opera, the movie theater. Refused to try on clothes. She said something like, that tight suit would hurt my butt. And then as, this part was hilarious, where Anya wanted to tail her parents, to make sure the date goes well. Frankie's just like, your dad's pretty good at, you know, spotting people out. We need disguises. And then it just says, like, Lloyd instantly notices them. And then he's just like, I'll play it off as if I don't notice them. Now, it's the end of the episode that really has me scratching my head. I don't know. I don't know how this works. For the most part, the show is pretty grounded. You know, despite the fact that Anya's a telepath and they have a, you know, a future-seeing dog. But aside from that, it's pretty grounded. So, I don't understand this part. So, when the two of them go to the restaurant, one of the waiters there recognizes her as the assassin Thorn Princess and tries to kill her. What I thought he was going to do is just poison her food, but no, this dumbass chooses to do it in the most extra ways possible by eventually getting the bright idea to create a goddamn bomb in the restaurant. I'm just like, bruh, why didn't you just poison her food? Like, we find out that didn't work on her, but that would have been my first thought. Just I don't know, dab some rat poison in her food. So this is the part that I don't understand. How is she alive? How did she survive? They make it apparent that pufferfish is poisonous and deadly to eat if prepared wrong. And that's true in real life. Only trained professionals can prepare pufferfish, because if it's prepared wrong, it's poisonous and it can kill you. So, dude literally squeezed the pufferfish and got all of the venom, all of the potent poison out of it into a wine glass, and she chugs it all down. And then she just smiles like, wow, my butt feels better now. I'm just thinking, how are you alive? You chug down pure poison. How are you alive? And the subtitle, the caption just says, she's immune to all poison. I'm just like, what the fuck? What? There was also an explanation, like a nothing burger to me, because I still don't understand it. Said something like, poison is like almost the same as drugs. I don't know. I don't understand. How did pufferfish poison numb the pain of a bullet wound? And how is Yor alive? How is she immune to all poison? They never explained that. She just is. I need this explained. I don't understand. She drank pufferfish pure poison and was not even fazed by it. I don't understand. I don't understand how she's alive. That is like some next level plot armor if I've ever seen it. And also, I don't want to say like that's kind of lazy writing. She drinks poison and she just brushes it off. Matter of fact, she felt better after drinking the poison. Oh, I definitely need to shield surf to this one. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. So, yeah, I need someone to explain this to me. How is she alive? She's, you know, supposedly immune to all poison. But I'm just like, how? When was it established that this was the case? What? Okay, time to pull out one of my shittier shields. I'm afraid if I use this, it'll break. But I already saved the game, so why not? How do I do this again? I always forget how to shield surf. So it's like... No, that's certainly not it. I think I need shield out, and then... No, that certainly is not it. Okay, there it is. Let's try that again, because I did waste a hit on my Master Sword. So, poisoning Yor didn't work. So then Kazuo stupidly came up with the idea. Let me build a bomb. The fuck you was gonna do with a bomb, fool? You even said yourself, like, I have a girlfriend now. Oops. I have a girlfriend now, and I've, you know, am trying to live a clean life now. Oh yeah, you're totally gonna do that by 1, killing a woman in plain sight in public, and then 2, blowing up a restaurant in the process. You're gonna get away clean with that, absolutely. Anyway, so also this part didn't really make much sense to me. So Anya and Frankie were in the vent, but then Anya snuck out of the vent to stop that guy from creating a goddamn bomb. I'm thinking, how the hell did she prepare her Home Alone style traps so fast? She crawled out of the vent, poured olive oil on the ground, set up a trap, a falling basket trap behind the door. She would have needed to find string, the basket, heavy materials, find like a ladder to climb on top of the shelf, and set all that up. All that time. She needed enough time to do all that, and even get away and hide somewhere. And the dude was running. He got the idea, and then he was running towards, like, the back storage room to craft his genius bomb. So, like, how the hell did she set all of that up so quick? And how did Frankie not see that? I know he was still in the vent, but, like, he didn't look down and see Anya running across the hallway and pouring olive oil on the floor. He didn't see that? So, like, unless his job as a waiter kept him busy, and like, all right, I need to build a bomb. Like an hour later, all right, now that I'm free from doing my job, no customers really need my service anymore, or like, I don't know, my shift is done. Now I can go into the back and build a bomb. Cause they were eating dessert at that point, so maybe that's why. Or that's how, cause you know, enough time had passed for Anya to set up a trap, but they didn't make that clear. And then this actually was pretty smart of Anya, even though she was holding a toy gun to his head. She was just like, I'm with Thorn Princess, whatever she said. And then because she's a telepath, what the hell? She knew of that guy's girlfriend, too. She knew the guy's girlfriend's name. So she uses that as leverage to show that, you know, make it seem like she has connections. So that was pretty smart. Before I find the next Korok, there were some goodies I passed up on my way down here. And of course. Fine, it is better than, well, this. Ugh. And, well, the teaser for the next episode looks like it's gonna follow Damien. Bruh, I don't give no shits about Damien. I want to see Lloyd and Yor and Anya. I don't care to see Damien. I don't want to wait a week to watch a filler story revolving around Damien. I don't care about him. I want to see the main 3 characters. You guys remember in Season 1, where they followed that one kid for an episode, an entire episode, that tombstone-looking kid? That, like, you know, almost hammerhead shark-looking kid? I'm just like, what the hell is this episode? What a waste of an episode. Like, once again, don't you guys just hate it when you wait a week for an episode, and it's just filler? Wow! That was way off the mark. Well, somehow, pufferfish poison is the remedy for a bullet shot, a bullet wound. I don't know. I've never been shot or ate pufferfish before, so I don't know. Wow, okay, these are some pretty indestructible snowballs. Let me try hitting them from a different angle. Is that one floating? Guys, I broke the game. The snowball's literally floating. I can't really get a good angle unless I go far enough. Guys, I broke the game. The snowball is floating. Well, it's a shame that doesn't go into the compendium. Okay, while this is happening, let me see. Let me see where the next Korok is. Like, I really don't understand how she drank pufferfish venom and not only survived, but felt better after. I don't understand. Where'd that third Arrokuda die? Ah. Well, I already did all this. I may as well just break these just in case. These are the most indestructible, physics-defying snowballs I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, there ain't shit under these. Alright, we're going to that place that kind of looks like an atom. So, something else I want to talk about. I'll link this down below. Today, from me playing this, Mr. Beast posted a new video, And as I was watching it, I'm just thinking, like, these are dangerous. Now, I'm sure Mr. Beast... Okay, first of all, the video I'm talking about that was posted today, the day I'm playing this, is, like, world's deadliest traps or whatever. So he built an obstacle course for this guy named Mac to go through. And each obstacle he completes, he wins $10,000. If he chooses to move on to the next trap, if he fails, he loses all his money. If he wins, he gains another 10,000. So in this video, I'm just thinking, some of these traps are actually genuinely dangerous. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me look up Mr. Beast's channel. Now, for a little while now, like just seeing some of Mr. Beast's videos, I'm thinking, yo, Mr. Beast is like kind of going down a Chris McClane kind of story, kind of arc, where he's kind of losing his sanity. I think Mr. Beast may be kind of losing his sanity. Like, he's losing his mind. He's going mad. He's going insane. Because a year ago, when he posted, "Would you swim with sharks for $100,000?" At that point, I was already like, bruh, is he good? Like, is he losing his mind? Like, is he doing genuinely dangerous challenges for money now? Or rather, is he making people do genuinely dangerous challenges for money now? And then earlier today, when he posted that video, you know, there's also other videos like Stranded at Sea for 7 days. Or rather, the title is 7 Days Stranded at Sea. Like, that's not safe either. But, you know, honestly, if anyone were to do a dangerous challenge like this, 7 Days Stranded at Sea, if anyone were to do this, it would be Mr. Beast. But his video today, there is one challenge in particular that I'm just like, bruh, this might be crossing a line. This might be a little, like, too genuinely dangerous. And I think in the video it was like challenge number 5, where Mac had to swim in a tube, he had to go down a water tunnel and pick locks with a freaking clothes hanger. And every time to get air, he has to swim all the way back. Keep in mind, he's swimming in a tube, in a tunnel, in a tight space, where he has to swim all the way back to where he came from for air. And I'm just thinking, isn't that exceedingly dangerous? Now, I'm sure, okay, I swear to God, this better be the case, but I'm sure Mr. Beast has, like, medics on the side and, like, emergency contingencies in case anything ever happens. But, you know, it's still a dangerous challenge. Like, what if he got caught? What if his leg got caught in the chains? Maybe a little bit closer. No? Still not yet? Huh. Okay. Okay, I put that third one there just because I thought it wouldn't be long enough. I think it is long enough, though. And then another challenge that was pretty dangerous, but, you know, he had safety precautions set up, was, you know, the tight wire kind of challenge, where they were, like, what do you say, 200 feet in the air, and he had to walk across that, like, that beam, that balancing beam. Why is this not working? Why is it not working? I think this first one is not getting covered enough. Now, I would not gamble that hard. If I already had, like, $500,000 and I could get the chance to get $600,000 total, or lose it all, bro, I'm cutting my losses. What? Like, what's the saying again? Why is this not working? I need to see what I need to do here. Okay, in fairness, Mac didn't know the next challenges. But I would have stopped. If I was Mac, I would have stopped after the tightrope kind of thing. Where he had to cross that beam in midair. I would have stopped there. You know? In reality, if I was doing Mr. Beast challenge in this video, I would have stopped long ago. After the water one, I would have stopped right there. Oh, I see. I see. I need to make it so that it's like a giant ball sack in a very, very average dick size. Okay. There we go. Exactly what I said. A giant ball sack and a very, very average wiener size. Ah! Yeah, that makes sense. I was just too smooth-brained to figure it out. But yeah, if I was doing this Mr. Beast video, I would have stopped after the water one. But I think he said that the next challenge was the easiest, and that was just picking Feastables chocolate or Hershey's. I think that was after the water one. In fairness, he did say that that was, no joke, the easiest challenge yet. So I would have done that, and then I would have quit. But yo, after risking my life underwater, you guys already know I'm not a big fan of water. Even though I went on a goddamn cruise. I ain't a big fan of water. And to swim in a tunnel of it, and have to swim all the way back for air, my ass would have quit after that. But it is sad to see Mac, like, lose damn near, like, all the money he won. Almost. I think at the end of the video, Mr. Beast said, like, he did throw in 100,000 just for, like, Mac being a good sport. But 100,000 is no 700,000. He lost it all, but out of Mr. Beast's generosity, he gave him 100K to walk away with. I know Mr. Beast is, you know, rich and all. Like, he has more money than he knows what to do with, I guess. Like, if I had that much money, and I'm talking about that much money, like, come on, I would have thrown him half. You feel me? Like, yes, it was the deal. I get it. It was the deal. You know, you fail this, you lose everything, and if you win, you get to keep everything. It's a gamble. That was the deal, and he did lose. But like, come on, I would have thrown in half for that. It's like you would have had, no, you earned $70,000, but you lost this far in. I'll give you half of it. Like, I would have done half. But that's just me. And, well, a deal is a deal, and I guess Mr. Beast is true to his word. But if it were me, like, if I was that rich, I would have thrown in half. You feel me? rich is Mr. Beast, by the way? Like, I don't want to know an exact number, but I'm thinking, like, what rank is he on top, in terms of, like, the world's richest men, or richest individuals? I know Elon Musk is at the top. So I was like, how far is Mr. Beast from him? Is he, like, no way he's, like, second richest person on Earth, right? Is he even top 10? I don't know. I am curious, so maybe I'll look that up afterwards. So we're basically done all the Koroks in this region on the ground. So now we just have a couple of Sky Island ones, which, how the hell am I supposed to get there from here? I gotta go over here. Actually, I could have just built like a hovercraft from here. That doesn't matter. So anyways, I gotta give it to I gotta give props. Give props to Mr. Beast though. Like, combining the Squid Game games into one is a pretty brilliant idea. So a friend and I were talking about this video, and he was saying, like, he would have stopped after just 100,000, because he's not being crushed by no boulder. Obviously that boulder's fake, but as we saw in the video, Nolan said it still hurt. I'm just like, bruh, you stopping after only one challenge? Pussy. Man, if it was $10,000 on the line, you bet my fat ass would run faster than that boulder. You bet. He was just saying, like, he's not running for his life from a boulder. He's not gonna voluntarily do that. I'm just like, bruh, wait until the zombie apocalypse happens and you run for your life. You run from being eaten alive. Wait until that happens. I don't think this is enough to launch me up there. Oh well, we could try. Bro, that almost sliced off Link's face. Hell no, this is not remotely enough. Okay, I need to build a hovercraft up there. How did I get up there last time? How on earth did I actually get up there before? Okay, let's see. I'm going to need... Actually, wait a second. Let's actually look up some of these schematics, because I know which one I need, but let's see. Scatter trap. I don't know what that does. Oh, and we're down to history now. Do I not have that? I'm looking for the kind of like the hover bike one. I actually don't know what it is. I know I need 2 fans and a steering stick, but what's the part in the middle that's holding it together? Is it this maybe? Oh, it's not a homing cart. Well, let's try it. I'm gonna save the game real quick, just so I don't waste parts. It's, yeah, there. I guess I could make a hot air balloon. Maybe. It won't bring me directly there, but if it got me high enough, then I could just jump off and glide. So I'll take these, this, and this. Whoops. Okay, let me flip this upside down first. angle this, like... How did it go again? I don't think it was a sled. But I'll try it anyways. It looked more like a bike. So I don't know how it was made. I don't see how this is going to fly upwards. Wow, it's actually balancing. I didn't expect that. The fans are the wrong way. Man, I'm stupid. Did I? Now I'm confused. I just put the fan back exactly how it was. Why is this so confusing? No, it needs to... Kind of like that. What the hell am I even doing? What am I making? What is this? What did I even make? It's working somehow. It's not perfect. It's kind of slanted, but it's kind of working. Okay, it's because it's the fan on the back is kind of slanted. This is not exactly what I planned, but somehow it's working. Trying to go this way. Bruh. So I think I talked enough about Loki, Spike's family, Mr. Beast. I'm not even making progress. Look, I'm going backwards. I'm going in circles. Bruh, without the low gravity, I'm not even making altitude. Let me talk about... Ooh, let me talk about this real quick. So, I talked about my Pokemon Go game earlier. Something I'm surprised still isn't like an item, like a berry item in the game, is an item, well, I can't say that because it does already exist, a berry that grants more Stardust when catching. You might be asking yourself, what, you idiot? A star piece is in the game, just do that to get more Stardust. But no, I'm thinking like, okay, you have a Pineapple Berry that gives you more candy. Why isn't there an item that that gives more Stardust when you just catch the one Pokemon? Like, I don't want 30 minutes of like 1.5 Stardust when I'm just catching one thing. Wait, that's a frost emitter. No, not that. Not that! You know, sometimes there's only individual Pokemon where catching them gives you better Stardust. Pokemon like Meowth, Shroomish, Foongus, Chimecho. Catching all of those gives great Stardust. So, like, if there's only one on screen, I don't want to put down an entire star piece and get 30 minutes of increased Stardust just to catch the one Pokemon. Why isn't there a berry, a single berry, that gives you that? Just curious, how far away is my last hot air balloon? It's gone. So I would need to make it myself. What? No, 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 no. So, yeah, why isn't there that item yet? Literally a berry that gives more Stardust. It's simple. I don't know. I probably should have attached a rocket to this. Give me a nice big boost up, and then just the hot air balloon would slowly raise me up. I really don't remember how I got there the first time. Okay, so let's finally talk about some Detective Pikachu Returns. Now, like I said, this game just came out, and I only saw the most bare minimum, the very, very beginning. I'm watching Tyranitar Tube play it, since I watched him play the first game. So, in this game, in Detective Pikachu Returns, it has been 2 years since the first game took place, even though it's been long. It has been way more than 2 years since the first game came out. And even longer since the initial game came out, where it wasn't even completed yet. You guys remember that? I think in over here in North America, we got an uncompleted version, and in Japan, they got the full game. And then later on, we got the full game here. I could have that wrong, though. So, Detective Pikachu Returns. 2 years has passed. Now, my concern... Oh, of course. How did I get up there last time? Okay, this was a huge waste of time. I think what I need to do is go back to that shrine inside the giant Mario Galaxy object, and then just make my way out of there from there. I think I have no choice. So I just wasted a huge amount of time. Sorry. I almost said wasted a huge wasted amount of time. My concern for the game was that a particular character, or rather a particular character was missing from all the trailers, and she was a pretty big part in the first game. And the character in question I'm talking about is Amelia Christie. She was completely absent from all the trailers for this game, and I'm just thinking, did they just not include her in this game? Did they just write her out? She was such a big part in the first game. I mean, hell, a lot of characters, just based on the half hour of gameplay I've seen, a lot of characters from the first game are back in this game. But Amelia was not. I don't know if she's going to make more cameos like this. Beginning of the game, we do see her make a brief cameo as a news reporter on the TV. But Tim doesn't even acknowledge her. Pikachu's just like, hey Tim, did you see that? He's just like, yeah. There might be clues about my dad there. I'm just like, are you not going to acknowledge Amelia was on TV? Okay, how do I get from here to there? How did you become a doctor? Study and practice. Years of it. Okay, let's try to make that hovercraft again, but this time do it properly. Well, actually, I could just take this out as well, attach a fan and a steering stick, and that would work as well. Actually, that probably would be easier. Okay, let me just take this real quick. Take this first. Can you imagine being Link? Trying to tell someone about this? Oh yeah, I crafted this mechanism all the way up there on that Sky Island. They're just like... No way. No way you were all the way up there. Link doesn't do this for fame or glory. He does this for purpose. For duty. So anyways, it was crazy to see that in Detective Pikachu Returns, they actually referenced the movie. They referenced the Detective Pikachu movie. Or rather, it was a nod to it. Like, they act as if it was an in-universe movie. Like, they did a movie about you guys. Like, Tim's mom and sister were like, why weren't we in the movie? Tim's just like, Hollywood. Like, don't movies do their own thing? Oh, nice. And the takeoff path is too rocky. Too bumpy. Link can't even jump onto this thing properly. Sir, please. Sir, please. You better take control. Okay, I need to face this way, go that direction. What am I doing? All this for a stinking Korok. Okay, which one is it? I think it's that one, the one higher up. So it was kind of crazy that they referenced the movie in the game. So if that's true, if they really are referencing the Ryan Reynolds movie, they probably think it's like ludicrous that they would depict Tim's missing dad to be fused with his partner, Detective Pikachu. Oh. Let me take a wild guess what's in here. Oh, an old map! I thought this would be a Sage's Will. You already got it. I completely forgot old maps were in this game. It's been so long since we've seen this. Okay, what else is there to pick up here? Well, I don't want to be that guy. But if they really did watch the same Detective Pikachu movie that we all saw, and, you know, given, you know, Hollywood's boner to give us woke content these days, it would be kind of hilarious if, you know, they're not ever going to address this. They're never going to say this. It would be hilarious, though, if the family was like, Tim, why are they depicting you as black in the film? I mean, you know what, let's just leave it at that. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to get here, but we need to get over there. Is that... Yeah, it is slightly higher up. Does my plane still have a little bit of juice in it? There's no runway here, so I would need to take off like this and circle around. No, but maybe if I can get high enough. What in the hell? Go, 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 go! Oh! That's right there. Well, clearly I didn't see that. Whoa! Okay, first descend a little bit. My. Have I really done that much to the world already to already warrant another blood moon? Well, I don't want to mess this up. I kind of don't have another way to get up there. Well, actually, I do. It's just I don't want to go up there again. Let's see. Do I have space to cook? Oh, I have like one. I may as well use it. Let me see. Are there any? No, I think that's the only. That's the only Korok in the sky portion of this area. So now we have them all. So I'm excited to see how the rest of Detective Pikachu Returns plays out. I'm probably not going to buy the game myself and play it, just because it's like a mystery solving game, and I don't know how much replayability there will be to that. So I'll buy the game myself. So if I were, let me rephrase that. If I were to buy the game myself, oh crap, it's raining. Where is there another cooking pot? Lookout Landing. If I were to buy the game myself, I'll play it, I'll beat it, and then I'll finish the story, maybe a couple of other things the game has to offer, and it's like, I'll never pick it up again. Since I already played the story, I know what the story is, I know what the puzzles are. So I don't really want to buy the game just for me to never touch it again after I finish it once. And well, I already watched Tyranitar 2 play the first game. I may as well watch him play the second one too. Alright, where's the cooking pot around here? Isn't it down below in the shelter? Shelter, where's the cooking pot? Where the hell's the cooking pot? Oh, there it is. I think I need to wait a little bit for the blood moon to start first, so that's like around 11:30 in game. Earlier tonight on AMC, the channel where, you know, Walking Dead airs, on AMC channel, they were doing a Final Destination marathon. You guys know how the Final Destination franchise like scarred an entire generation? Because let me tell you, it certainly did for me. I watched the films as a kid. I don't know which one I saw. But, you know, I just remember seeing, like, all these creative yet horrific ways for someone to die as a kid, and it scarred me. I don't know why I'm going back to Hateno. It's like just a force of habit. Well, actually, that might be a good thing. Because, well, not exactly where I warped to, But the next area we're going to get Koroks in is Mount Lanayru. And that's, you know, where Hateno is. So, 1 second. Well, we may as well let the Blood Moon pass first. I also forgot to mention that I've been hunting Kyurem on the side, like literally right on the side, like right here. I've been shiny hunting Kyurem on the side this entire time. I started hunting Kyurem literally earlier today because I got shiny Landorus earlier today. I forgot to mention that, well, now that I'm on Kyurem, that means that the previous 3 hunts in a row, the more stressful hunts in a row, all 3 of them, are now over. What do I mean by that? The last 3 hunts I did were Thundurus, Zekrom, and Landorus. Now, they were more stressful because I could not paralyze them. My Blissey has Thunder Wave, but Thunder Wave doesn't affect ground and electric types, which is exactly the last 3 hunts I did. And I had no status ailment moves that could affect them and also not drain their health. So, you know, statuses like burn and poison are out of the story. And the only 2 that are desirable are paralysis and sleep. Not sleep paralysis, but well, I couldn't paralyze them. One would assume, okay, then put them to sleep. Did I have that? No, I did not. Why didn't I have that? Lazy. I'm too lazy to go out and find something that can learn, like, Yawn, Hypnosis, Spore. I'm too lazy to go out and find something that has it, and then level it up to the point where it won't get outsped, it will not be obliterated the first turn. So, the last 3 hunts, I had no paralysis, no sleep. The only thing I could have done was put the, the only thing I could have done was lower their health, throw on a Roto Catch, and just keep on spamming Pokeballs. And thankfully, I caught all 3. I did not fail any of them, the 3 most stressful ones. Well, I guess Zapdos as well, but I got that one no problem. So here I am, Shiny Hunter who Shiny Hunts Legendaries, and doesn't even come prepared. The most preparation I have is buying a ton of Pokeballs and having Pokemon that are tanky enough to just, like, absorb the legendary Pokemon's moves. And my Blissey just happens to have Thunder Wave. What? Okay. Did you, like, roll down here? Like, how did you get separated? Well, at least, like, those 3 stressful hunts are now over. But with Kyurem, I can paralyze it. So, aside from me just going off on, going off on all this, like, nerdy good shit, let me rant to you guys a little bit. Just a little bit. I need to vent a bit. I really hope my sister doesn't hear this, because I'm talking about her. How the hell do I do this? There's no stable place for me to put you on where you won't roll. Okay, good enough. The smoke signal's up there, right? let me double check. I want to vent a little bit about my sister. Okay, I need to build something that, can I just... Okay, put you on the side so that you won't roll. Okay, that works. Just park there. Once again, be my hood ornament. We're gonna go a slightly downward runway with me. With me! Oh, that's a timer on my phone. My bad. Jeez, that scared me. Go up, go up, go up, go up! Not up enough. Okay, let's try all of this again. Man, they gave me Zonai parts there. But nah, I'ma do my own thing. If I... They're giving me stuff to make a monster truck out of, but what's that gonna do for me? What is that sound? I need enough space to take off! This is not working. So anyways, I want to vent a little bit to you guys about my sister. So my sister is pretty scrawny, pretty thin, pretty skinny. She's a little bit anorexic. Even the doctor said that. Like, you may be a little bit anorexic. She eats, like, the bare minimum to survive. She's already extremely thin. And she keeps on going on like she's fat. She needs to get even skinnier. I'm just like, bitch, I oughta. What you talking about? What you talking about, fat? Talk to me about being fat. It's like, bitch, I oughta. You know? It's like, yo, skinny ass talking to me about you being fat. So, my sister, she's skin, thin, maybe somewhat malnourished. She's never liked to eat. She eats the bare minimum to stay alive. And well, she's trying to get pregnant. She wants to have a family. She wants kids. And well, my theory, my theory is that she is too malnourished, too skinny to even handle having a baby, to even, you know, become pregnant. My theory is that, well, her body is just absorbing the sperm for protein. And that's why she's not getting pregnant. Because if you guys didn't know, the female body actually does that. Because, I know this is gross, me talking about this, but you know what? This is science, this is health, this is biology. You know, a dude's sperm load has like millions in them. And only, on average, 1. Sometimes 2 for twins, or 3, triplets, or whatever. But most of the time, one sperm cell wins the race, and that becomes the baby. But what about the other millions of sperm that were, you know, ejaculated? Well, the female body would absorb that to become, like, for protein. And that's what I'm assuming is happening with my sister. Her body is so malnourished that she's not getting pregnant because her body is just absorbing it for the extra protein. And my sister, she refuses to eat. She eats the bare minimum. And that's it. I've been trying to talk to her. I've been trying to tell her, sister, if you want a kid, you need to eat. Your scrawny body probably will not handle pregnancy. I'm just like, sister, if you become pregnant now, your scrawny body is gonna topple over because you are going to be top heavy. Your legs are not, your skinny bones that you call legs are not going to support you. I need to look up how to do this Korok. I don't think there's any way this monster truck I'm crafting can drive up there. Wait, what? Unless I could drive like this way, because you can see here it's kind of transitioning here. So like drive this way up here, and then sorta up. No. Because where is it? So I keep on telling my sister, your ass needs to eat. Eat and gain some body fat so that your body has something to work with to get pregnant. For pregnancy. Oh, that's what that sound is. Well, in the meantime, let me grab a piece of horn. I should probably talk to her fiance about this. You know, if he's trying to if he's trying to put a baby in my sister, then, you know, I should probably talk to him about this. Now, why am I a little bit concerned about this? Like, why do I want this to work? Well, it's once again that internal ticking clock that my family has drilled into my head. This is what happens when you have a sister, okay? Like I said many times, only a handful, I think like 2 of my friends out of my entire friend group has sisters. All my other friends are either only childs or have brothers, so they don't know this. At least, like, you know, they don't experience it, or rather see it play out firsthand. Me, I'm watching that internal ticking time clock. What? I'm watching that internal ticking clock play out in real time. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, even though I've said it many times before, but I'll say it again. I need more water. I'll say it again. Females have... This is fact, by the way, so I swear to God if anyone gets mad at me for this. Females have a certain amount of time where they can reproduce. At a certain age, the female body is no longer producing eggs to be fertilized by sperm. And from what I hear from my mom and sister, okay, this is just what they have told me. At a certain age, it becomes, well, how do I say this? At a certain age, if you have kids, then the child would likely have more issues growing up. So, for example, what I get told is, if a woman has a child past the age of 30, then that child has a higher likelihood of growing up and living life with more health problems. Has a higher chance of that than a child born from a mother who is less than 30 of age. I mean, take it from me. I was born from my mother after she was the age of 30, and look at me, I have a slew of health problems. So anyways, my sister only has a couple years left before she hits 30. And well, if she don't start fattening up a little bit, if she don't get pregnant soon, then that child will have issues growing up. At least from what I hear. I don't know how factual this is. I ain't no doctor. But that's just what I hear. And that's why I'm concerned. Like, if my sister don't start eating soon, then this problem might continue. She may not get pregnant until well past the age of desirability. What? So I just wanted to vent a little bit. Now, I'm not going to vent this in front of my sister's face because she won't hear it. She'll just roll her eyes at me and just be like, "Brother, shut the fuck up." See, the thing is, like, one would assume, okay, bring this attention to your parents. You know, mom and dad probably would be able to get through to her. Ha! Ha! That's a funny mindset. That's a funny, well, yeah, mindset. There's nothing else. That's a funny mindset. You think my parents haven't tried to feed her more? Haven't tried to get her to eat more, like, her entire life? Haven't tried to talk to her about that before? But this topic's different. It's talking about not just, like, growing up, being nourished. This is about pregnancy. And, well, I don't know if my dad wants to hear this, because I don't know any father who would like to hear that their daughter has a very, very active sex life. I don't know any father who would like to hear that. I don't think I would like to hear that if I were a father. But mother, that's a totally different story. I can probably bring this to my mother's attention, and she'd probably have a totally different view on it. Where is that fourth wheel? I've been stuck on this Korok for how long now? My ass should just build a hot air balloon. Bruh, you gave me 3 wheels. Where's the fourth? There it is. Anyways, that's just my quick little venting about my sister and how she is one stubborn biatch. Well, that's not exactly the prettiest of monster trucks, but once again, as long as it gets the job done. Oops, hold on. That timer was for a reason. Okay, the hell was that sound? There was a loud-ass sound outside. So, I have the setup ready. Now I just need the path. The way to get up there. I think I need to go there. I don't exactly know how, you know, just sticking a steering stick onto some stone slabs and some wheels attached with some silly putty will get them all to activate and work together. But it's a fantasy Zelda. It's a fantasy game. So whatever. Okay, go this way, this way, this way, this way. You know, if I had walked this Korok up there, I would have been done long ago. Not even done by now. I would have been done long ago. Does this car have a park feature? Or like a run over feature? Nope. Okay, don't roll. Once again, luckily that Korok is ice proof. Okay. I don't want to bother reversing. Damn, can you imagine if you could do this? Like, you just use like the force to get your car out of a parking spot because you don't want to get in and drive it to reverse out of there. I've also been studying. I have. More like reviewing. What I've been doing is I've been reviewing the stuff that I studied for previously. Even though that might not be the smartest idea. Because the part I studied the hardest for, I overstudied last time. I studied everything, and they only had me do like hardly any of it. What I'm talking about is, you know, a certain lab equipment I have to use. I need to do the procedures. I need to do each setup, and if they ask me, only if they ask me, I have to say what it is I'm looking for. So by default, once they tell me, okay, do this, I need to know how to do it, like all the setups to do it, and only if they ask me what it is I'm looking for. There's like 9 of these I need to know by heart. They could ask me 3 of them, 5 of them, all of them. It's unlikely they'll ask you for all of them, but you know what I mean. And you also don't know if they will ask you to say what it is you're looking for or not. So you never know. So you just have to study all of it. And if they don't ask you for any of it, well, too bad. That's not Star Fragment, is it? Indeed it is. I think it is anyways. And it will be mine. Your Star Fragment is mine. Close enough. Is there anywhere closer to that? Where even is that? Okay, I'm facing here. Maybe this tower would be closer, but, with my history of losing Star Fragments, I kind of don't want to risk it. Because what if I go there and I can't spot it anymore, even though I have it pinned? I already see it here, and I'm already on my way to it, so I may as well just see this through. Unless I run out of stamina, of course. So, yeah, I don't know what they might ask of me. So the safest bet is just to study all of it and know all of it by heart. So that's why last time I did this exam, I said I overstudied. Because I focused so hard on this, and they barely asked me for anything. You guys want, just for fun, for me to just like say out loud all the stuff just to see how much I've memorized? I don't have my notebook in front of me, so this is all based off of memory, and I have not memorized, or rather re-memorized all of it just yet. I've only memorized like half of it at the moment, but keep in mind, it's not a lot. It's not little. It's not little, is what I should say. And this is just me saying it out loud. Doing it on the lab equipment is you know, something different entirely. So let me just like go over the five different setups that I've already rememorized. And I think it'd be absolutely hilarious if anyone actually knew what I was saying, like what this stuff meant. Okay, let's see. So if you guys, a lot of you guys won't know what I'm talking about. So a lot of you guys will have no idea what I'm saying. Alright, here we go. So first I'll be saying the name of the setup, and then I'll be talking about how to set it up. Just know that when I say mag, I mean magnification. I'm not talking about a magazine like on a gun. Okay, and then after that, I'll be talking about, like, if they ask me what I'm looking for, what I need to say. And this is just like the cliff notes of what I'm looking for that I wrote myself. Okay, let's see. So, first one is diffuse. This one needs 10 to 16 mag, longest, widest, medium illumination, 45 degrees. If I'm asked what it is I'm looking for here, I'm looking for corneal scars, edema, and this one is used for fluorescent staining. Direct parallelepiped. Yes, that's the actual name, parallelepiped. Direct parallelepiped setup is 10 to 16 mag, longest 2 to 4 millimeters, medium illumination, 45 to 60 degrees. And if I'm asked what I'm looking for, I'm looking at the interior chamber, the iris, the crystalline lens, and the interior vitreous. Direct optics section, this one is 16 to 25 mag, longest 1 to 2 millimeters wide, high illumination, 45 to 60 degrees. This one is examination of transparent structures, the cornea, the aqueous humor. Oh shit. Examination of transparent structures, the cornea, the aqueous humor. This one determines the depth of foreign bodies and assesses lumps or growths. Next is conical beam. This one is 16 to 40 mag, pinpoint, high illumination, 45 degrees. Technically it's 40 to 60 degrees, but so many are like 45 to 60, 40 to 60. I'm just simplifying it so that it's just 45, so it's easier for me to memorize. And then conical beam, this one determines presence of aqueous flare or any abnormal particles. Up next, direct retro, 16 to 25 mag, 1 to 2 millimeters wide. The height varies, 60 degrees. This one looks for central corneal clouding, corneal where am I going? Corneal vascularization, corneal lesions, corneal deposits. And I think that's all I've rememorized so far. I still have, let's see. In terms of rememorizing, I still have other ones that are called sclerotic scatter, tangential, indirect retro, specular reflection. And yeah, those are the 4. I said 5, and those are the last 4, so that's 9. I need to memorize all 9 of them by heart, because you don't know which one they're going to ask you to do, and you also don't know if they're going to ask you, what are you looking for? In my case, I was asked the difference between direct and indirect retro. None of you guys know what the hell that means. I just got a horn from it, so I don't know if if it respawned yet. You know what? Probably not. Probably not. Just remove that. So all of that was off the top of my head. You know how many times I had to write this? Write this until I memorized it all? And keep in mind, this is me reviewing. I've already memorized all of this for the first time I did the exam and failed. So now I gotta go back and re-memorize all of it. And this is only one thing for me to re-memorize all of. I still got like 2 others. Fuck my life. Hoping that soon I would be able to say all 9 of them off the top of my head, off of memory alone. Like here. Just to prove to you guys that yes, I have been studying. Alright, next Korok. Is down here. Alright, let's go over it one more time. Alright, diffuse. 10 to 16 mag. Longest, widest, medium illumination, 45 degrees. Looking for corneal scars, edema, and used for the fluorescent staining. Direct parallelepiped. Who came up with these names? Direct parallelepiped, 10 to 16 mag, longest, 2 to 4 millimeters wide, medium illumination. Medium illumination, 45 to 60 degrees. This one looks... This one looks at the interior chamber, the iris, the crystalline lens, and the interior vitreous. Okay, where's this Korok at? Direct optic section. 16 to 25 mag, longest, 1 to 2 millimeters wide, high illumination, 45 to 60 degrees. Alright, where's that skinny tree at? This one, examination of transparent structures, the cornea, the aqueous humor. This one assesses... Wait, I said that wrong. I said it in the wrong order, whatever. Assesses lumps or growths, determines presence... Wait. No, determines depth of foreign bodies. We haven't fought anything this whole time. Where's that skinny tree at? Am I at the right place? Wait, am I too high? There, that's the skinny tree. Okay, I was a bit sloppy on that one. Let me say it again. Direct optic section. 16 to 25 mag. Longest, 1 to 2 millimeters wide. High illumination. 45 to 60 degrees. This one, examination of transparent structures. The cornea, aqueous humor. This one determines depth of foreign bodies and assesses lumps or growths. After that is conical beam, 16 to 40 mag. Pinpoint, high illumination, 40 to 60 degrees, even though I wrote in my notes 45 since it's easier to memorize. This one determines presence of aqueous flare or any abnormal particles. Keep in mind, me saying all of this, they could ask me for it, or they could not. I don't know. Up next, after conical beam, direct retro, 16 to 25 mag. Height varies, 1 to 2 millimeters wide. 60 degrees. When I say degrees, like, you have to angle the equipment a certain way to use it for each one of these. Direct retro, this one looks for central corneal clouding, corneal vascularization, corneal deposits, corneal lesions. And then I still got 4 more of these to memorize. And then, once I've memorized those 4, on to the next stuff I need to memorize. You guys may remember this. The other thing I need to memorize is, like, pathology. So, diseases, how they're caused and how they're remedied. And also how to identify them. They show me a picture, I need to know what it is. Man, I hate this line of field. This is not the job for me. I'm amazed that swing didn't hit any of the rockets. So hopefully I memorize the next 4 relatively soon, because, you know, time's running out. And I'm sitting here playing this. But that's because I had so much to talk about. Loki, Spy X Family, Detective Pikachu. Where is this Korok at? Is it the skinny trees again? But there's 3. Don't tell me I need to stick this onto those. Oh, never mind. I see it now. Man, I thought, is this a brand new Korok puzzle? I reattached the trees. Oh, look, a Frost Talus. That was almost not heavy enough. So, let me look at my list of topics, make sure. Do I want to do that Frost Talus? I'll get a Talus Heart. I always forget that. But I don't really have anything to fuse it to. Do I have something shitty I can remove? Armor Shard. I can definitely remove that. Unless I use up the weapon, of course. Let's see, my list. No, I only have one last thing to say, which is, well, the next thing I want to say. Okay, first. Okay, I have Unfreezable, but this defense is kind of ass. Oh, I remember one more thing I want to talk about. So I got 2 more things to talk about. So last night, let me talk about this first. Last night, just before bed, I was browsing YouTube and I saw Mortal Kombat Onslaught. And this game clearly uses Mortal Kombat 11 assets and renders, character models. When I saw it, at first I thought this was just a fan-made game or fan-made like cutscenes. Someone just ripped the character models from MK11 and just made their own cutscenes with it. And I thought it was really well done too, like for a fan-made cutscene. And then I found out, wait, it's a mobile game? Then I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing about that recently. Not recently, but a little bit ago. I remember hearing that they were developing a mobile Mortal Kombat game. And so, I was now intrigued. Mortal Kombat Onslaught. It uses Mortal Kombat 11 character models. Except, because Quan Chi isn't in Mortal Kombat 11, his character model, I think, is brand new, so it kind of sticks out. It looks completely different from the other character models. So you can tell that they definitely cut some corners. They have some really well animated cutscenes, like the story mode for Mortal Kombat 11. You know, kind of the resolution kind of downed a bit for being a mobile game. I'm just looking at the sparkles. Which ones have I already used? I already used this, and I already used this. But shouldn't I use this? So that way I could fuse the Talus Heart to this? Yeah, I can get this back anytime. Oh, it's down. It's down. Oh, too late. So at first I was thinking, there's no way this game is canon. It's a spin-off. The story already doesn't make sense. It opens up with them at the Coliseum. Characters like Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Sonya Blade, Jax, Johnny Cage, them fighting Shao Kahn's team. Kitana, Scarlet, Scorpion, Shang Tsung. I'm just like, this already doesn't make sense. Because, you know, this is using MK11 renders. By the time of Mortal Kombat 11, Kitana is no longer on Shao Kahn's side, nor is Scorpion. And then I started watching the story mode a little bit. I've only made it to like halfway of chapter 1, halfway of Scorpion's chapter. So I have not finished watching the game yet. I think at this moment there's only 4 chapters out. I don't know if they're going to add more. Not that, this. Oh damn, I could have fused it to this! Oh well, it's too late now. So at first, I thought maybe this could be canon. Because as the story was playing out, I'm like, maybe this game could take place before Mortal Kombat 9, where Scorpion was still serving Quan Chi, where Kitana and Scarlet, well, not Scarlet, Scarlet's always loyal to Shao Kahn, where Kitana was still loyal to Shao Kahn. Maybe this game could take place before Mortal Kombat 9. And then as I watch more of the story, it's like, no, that cannot be the case. That cannot be the case. Because, like, early on, we already saw that, the freaking Mask of Draman, you know, that's a pretty, I don't want to say deep cut. So it's like, we haven't seen Draman in Mortal Kombat in a very long time. The Mask of Draman had a piece of Hanzo's soul, and then he learns that Quan Chi is the one who killed his clan, his family and clan. That does not make sense, because Scorpion did not learn that before MK9. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice here. He did not learn who truly killed his family and clan before MK9. He learned that in MKX, when Sub-Zero showed him via Sector's memories. So then, you know, as if the answer wasn't obvious, I looked it up. Is Mortal Kombat Onslaught canon? Well, first of all, you might be questioning, bro, how can it be canon? It uses MK11 renders. So obviously, this is, if this were canon, it would be like around MK11 time. And to that, I say, no, not necessarily. Because the Mortal Kombat games, the graphics and art style changes all the time. So, if this were to be canon before MK9, That wouldn't be that far of a stretch. You know, to think that it goes from MK11 renders to... It didn't let me dive. I was already too low. Went from MK11 renders to MK9 to MKX and then to MK11 again. Yeah, that wouldn't be the most confusing thing ever, but that wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing either. So I looked it up, and obviously it's not canon. But, however, I did see one pitch. What if this was one of the many prior timelines that Kronika restarted? And I thought, ooh, I like that. But then that got me thinking, what if that's the case for all Mortal Kombat content? The old 80s and 90s movies, and then the rebooted ones, like the new franchise that started in 2021, even though we only have that one film yet, one film for now, and we don't have any other films yet. What if all of those could be canon, but just prior timelines that Kronika restarted? Some people might ask, well, why not canon now, since we kind of have a Mortal Kombat multiverse now with Mortal Kombat 1, with there being multiple timelines. The argument I would say against that is that if it's after Mortal Kombat 1, that would imply that someone has to be a Keeper of Time and not Kronika. One of our characters has to be a Keeper of Time. So, you know, in the Mortal Kombat movie, the 2021 movie, who could the Keeper of Time be? And besides, wouldn't it just be simpler to say that it was in previous timelines that Kronika restarted? And also, I heard a couple more intro dialogues before the fights, and it's like, poor Baraka, man. Baraka is just doomed, is destined to be ugly like that. But this time it's worse. In previous games, Baraka was born Tarkatan. So he was born ugly as hell, and with those blades on his arms. But this time, he was born a regular Outworlder, Edenian. He was born a regular Edenian, and then he caught the disease Tarkat, which according to Baraka is like constant pain. So not only has he been disfigured, and you know his family is dead because of the disease, but he's also in constant pain until the disease kills him. Like, poor Baraka. Damn. What's worse? Being born like that? Being born Tarkatan like that? Or being born normal and then catching Tarkat? Being born like that, it's permanent. Like, there's no changing it. But catching the disease, you had a life. You had a normal life. But then catching the disease, it took your family, it disfigured you, and you're living in constant pain until you die. Like, yikes. Poor Baraka. Okay, is there a quicker way to get up there? I think this is in a cave. How high is the climb? That's not that high. I have my froggy suit now. So your rain is useless to hinder my efforts of climbing. So anyways, I just wanted to talk a bit about Mortal Kombat Onslaught. Man, they could have done so much. It could have been canon. It could have. But they're not going to make a mobile game canon, you know? And also, like, shoehorn in story story beats that, you know, not a lot of people are going to play. So let's see. The last thing I want to talk about today. Okay, so you guys know that I collect coins. Well, if you didn't know that, I collect coins. I don't know what the official term for this is. I collect what I call special coins. Coins that have a different design to what they originally look like. Here, I'll give you an example. I literally brought coins out to give you guys as examples. I see. No, that's a cave entrance. Is there a Korok on top of this? So for all you Americans out there watching, we don't have dollar bills up here in Canada. We have dollar coins. You see this? So this is a Canadian $1. This is a loonie. You see that? And this is what the standard design is. I think it was in... Let me look at where this Korok is. I think it was in the year 2012. It's a flower trail. Oh, I see it. I see where it starts. Oh, and a bloopy. I think it was the year 2012 that we got a second standard coin, but only for loonies and toonies, which is the $1 and $2 coins in Canada, for those who don't know. So in the past, this is all we had. This dirty ass, you know, faded out $1 coin. Now, this coin may not be from 2012. Matter of fact, it was only from last year. That's why it's so shiny. But since, I think since 2012, we've had this, like, updated design for a loonie, which has this Canadian icon, this Canadian maple flag right there. Because if you see here, this is the newer design with that Canadian flag, Canadian maple leaf up top. And this one does not. So we have two standard designs for $1. But what I collect is, for example, I just pulled a random one out of my jar. What I collect, for example, are like coins like this that have a different design to the standard ones. So I call these special coins. I don't know what the official term is. So I collect coins that have a different design to the standard design. It's like, you know, me collecting shiny Pokemon. It's different from what the normal one is. So the reason I wanted to show you guys this is because I don't only collect Canadian coins. Now, this might not make sense, or this might be stupid to some people. But just leave me alone, okay? Just let me live. So what I collect, what I consider special coins, like coins with different designs from the norm, is coins from other countries that have the same value. Now, I say value loosely. What do I mean by that? Well, here. Did I not bring a regular quarter? Shit. Okay, what I mean by that is I have here an American quarter with the eagle on it. I think this is the standard design for an American quarter. But okay, here's an example of a special Canadian quarter. Yes, very Canadian. Canadian maple flag and hockey, very Canadian. So, I count American coins as special Canadian coins. Why? Well, it's still a quarter. It's still 25 cents. And look, like here's both of them stacked. You can see both of them are stacked. They're the same size. So they're both the same size, value, currency, and I say currency like they're both dollar. They're not euros or not yens, so they're both dollars, and they're both worth 25 cents. They're both a quarter. Now, I know that the exchange rate is different. Like, 25 cents USD does not equal 25 cents Canadian. But to me, they're the same. In my household, in my jar where I hold all these coins, they're all the same to me. So because American coins have the same shape, value, and currency as here, but they look different from the norm, I collect them. I count them as special coins. I know that's stupid, but leave me alone, okay? And the reason I wanted to show you guys this is because I don't know how the hell my dad got his hands on one of these. But I have here this coin. I don't know how well you're able to see this. This coin right here, it says 25 cents. You can vaguely see it. It's a 2017 coin. And if you guys can see, on the back of it, it says Bermuda. And that's exactly where I just went on vacation. You might be asking, how do you not know how your dad got his hands on this? You just went there. It only makes sense that you would have these coins. But the thing is, when we were there on the island for the one day, we didn't really buy that much. And I certainly didn't see my dad walk around with like pocket change in his hands or putting away some pocket change. Okay, lower. About here. So anyways, it's still 25 cents, still dollar value, and stacked upon a Canadian quarter, it's the same size. So it's still a quarter worth 25 cents, 25 $25 cents, and it looks different from the norm. So I count it as a special, different designed Canadian quarter. I'm weird like that, okay? Literally, if I went to the US, I would just bring back a whole bag of American coins, and I would just pour all of it into my jar of special Canadian coins. And I would count it as special coins in my total. Wait, where's that dragon? I see it. I think I'm gonna get whatever this dragon has, and then I'm gonna go take a quick pee. Matter of fact, this might be the last Korok I do. Like, does this make sense to you guys? Does this make sense? It's the same shape. Well, obviously it's a circle. It's the same size, value, quote-unquote value. Like, they're both quarters that are 25 cents. Now, I would not add a coin to my collection that was, say, a euro. That was the same size as a quarter. I would not do that because it's not a dollar amount. Even if the exchange rate is different, the currency rate is different. But that's just me. It's kind of why I stupidly, very expensively want to go to the Bahamas, because the Bahamas has a 5-cent coin, which is obviously worth 5 cents. It's still dollar, 5 cents, and it's the same size as the nickels up here in Canada and in America and in the US. So I kind of want to go to Bahamas just to get a 5-cent coin for my coin collection. It's idiotic, I know. So yeah, that's me talking about my coin collection. So, in my giant ass jar of Canadian special coins, I will have a Bahamas quarter. Okay, I really gotta pee. I'll be right back. I mean, I'm sure in the US, you can spend Canadian coins, right? Well, maybe not $1 and $2 coins, but like quarters, dimes, pennies. Pennies aren't a thing in Canada anymore. Like, damn near anywhere up here in Canada, we don't really care. Like, if you buy something and you use an American quarter, they don't really care. They're not gonna be like, wait a second, this American 25 cents is like 12 cents not enough. They're not gonna do that. They're just gonna say it's a quarter, it's still 25 cents. I'm sure you can do that in the US, right? When you're buying something in the US, if you just give change to buy something and a Canadian quarter is in there, I don't think they would care, right? I never tried that. I never tried using some Canadian coins to buy stuff in America before. So I don't know. Maybe America does care. I don't know. But you certainly can do that up here in Canada. You buy something and your handful of change has an American quarter in it. You can still use that. It's just a quarter. But obviously, if you can't buy something up here in Canada that's worth like hundreds of dollars and use hundreds of American dollars. Unless certain stores accept it, obviously. the store you're buying from has to specify that it accepts both Canadian and American dollars. But like, you know, you can't come into my store like someone tried to do not too long ago. You can't come into my store, buy something for say $500, and hand me 500 American dollars. You can't do that because technically 500 American is like not 500 Canadian. But something like a quarter, it should be fine. Something like 25 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, it should be fine. Right? Like vice versa in America, that should be fine, right? Well, I see one more Korok that's nearby, and probably the next one to get. So I can get that one first before I go use my amiibos. Yep, that's the next one. So I'll get this last Korok, and then I'll use my amiibos and call it. Right? Someone let me know. Can you use Canadian coins, in small amounts of course, in America? Like if I buy something for $10.75, I hand a $10 bill, 2 American quarters, and a Canadian quarter. Is that okay in America? Because it more than likely, almost positively, is okay up here in Canada. Like, people don't really care. Hell, how do you think I got my hands on a bunch of American coins? Because I got them in change. Okay, that'll be the last Korok for today. Alright. 556 Koroks. Making good progress. Slow, but still good. Blood Moon happened, so there's probably a boog on that tree. We had a lot to talk about today. Why do you think I wanted to play this instead of, you know, not playing and studying? Because I just had so much to talk about. I knew it. Okay, let's hope I get a good-ass weapon to fuse to this. You know, now it's a shame, because, I can get no more weapon space. So, if I get more than enough weapons that I can hold, then I can't have them. And that's a waste. Knight's bow? Nah. I'll see this Lino bow until the end. Whoa! Where'd it go? How did it end up there? Nice. Don't hit that other one a fourth time. How many of these do I have? Almost maxed out. So I gotta sell these to make room soon. See? Exactly that. But I do have space for it on my Master Sword. Let me just take a look. I can probably get rid of this, the Royal Claymore on it. Oh, a Knight's Broadsword. Wait. I can get rid of this entirely. Oh, I should have used this. Dummy. I gotta remember, I gotta use this. I don't want to waste that. Well, obviously, I'm just gonna stick this to my Master Sword. Oh, I didn't even mention this when I said it. When I mentioned it. I didn't even mention this when I mentioned it. A couple parts ago when I said that... When I told you guys I got the shiny Thundurus, I didn't mention this. That I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Thundurus has now been my second worst hunt. Doing this, of course. Didn't I just get this? Yeah. Actually. Oh, just until I possibly get a better weapon. Did I just pick it back up? No. So I didn't mention this, that out of all these 3DS hunts I've been doing in my Ultra Moon, you know, not counting Celebi, out of all of these legendary hunts, I'm pretty sure Thundurus has now been my second worst, taking 6 days. Before that, it was Regirock taking 5, and at the top spot is still Kyogre taking 8 days. So, first place on worst hunt is Kyogre taking 8 days. Second place is Thundurus taking 6 days. Now, do those two sound familiar? I mentioned before that Kyogre and Thundurus have been my two luckiest hunts ever. Back in my original Ultra Moon game, 5 years ago, I got shiny Kyogre, second encounter. I encountered it first time, was not shiny, 1 reset, second encounter was shiny. And then Thundurus in Dynamax Adventures, I got it first try, first run. So Kyogre and Thundurus have been, in my past, the luckiest 2 legendaries that I've gotten shiny. So I think this time it was kind of cosmic justice to balance that out. This time, Kyogre and Thundurus taking the longest to get shiny. Just the universe saying, yeah, we gotta fix that. That was a fluke back then, so we gotta balance that out now. Excuse me. Just wanted to point that out. I mean, who knows? I have I have 2 legendary hunts left, being Kyurem right now, and then after this, Yveltal. Who knows? Maybe one of those would surpass 8 days. I certainly hope not, but it's not impossible. Watch me jinx it right now. In fact, back then I hunted for 2 Kyurems. The first one, you know, just to complete everything since I was hunting every legendary. But back then, I also hunted it on my Ultra Moon, my main Ultra Moon game. And then I hunted it on my Ultra Sun game, just because I wanted one of the other forms. The first one I left just as Kyurem. And because at the time, I had a white Kyurem in my Alpha Sapphire, I wanted a black Kyurem in the next game. Because for some stupid ass reason, you cannot have both in one game, which I hate. I hate that. I mean, they let us have both Duskmane and Dawn Wings Necrozma in one game. If you have enough Necrozmas and Solgaleos and Lunalas, you can have all the forms in one game. I don't know why you cannot have all Kyurems in one game, like separately at the same time. That's stupid. I hate that. So, at the time, the only options I had were I had white Kyurem in my Alpha Sapphire, so I wanted a black Kyurem in my Ultra Moon. God, I hate it. I hate when they do that. You cannot have all the multiple forms separately at the same time in one game. I hate that. Why did I even open that? Alright, last one. And of course it didn't scan. That was the last one. Put this away. Okay, and that was the last one. Let me just sell that. What was it, the one piece of armor we got? Oh, 4. Talk about short attention span. Okay, is there an iron shroom there? Yes! And, of course, before I end, I just gotta steal the fish here. If there is any. Are they back yet? Yeah, I see one. Mine! I don't see another here, so let's go to the other side and see what we can pillage from this village. I see 2. Alright, and last thing before I end, I'm just gonna go heal myself. I'm gonna end right where I started. We're gonna come full circle. It's currently 12:40 a.m. for me. After all this time, we're only just over halfway done all the Koroks. Ain't that insane? Then again, I did goof off for a good chunk of it. No lizard. Before I end, let me equip this so I remember to use it. It's 10:25 a.m. 25 a.m. in game. I make Link sleep till noon. He'll only sleep for like an hour and a half, hour and 35 minutes. Because I don't think it goes like to the next day. He sleeps for 24 hours plus an hour and a half. I don't think Link slept for 25 and a half hours. Alright. And that's going to be it for today. So, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna go look up some Your Rule 34 for real, for real.